on. We're on. Hold on.
My dog said the Lost Boys. My dog started. Bro,
Yeah,
Flashback
right.
Friday.
Facts. The Lost Boys. They had a short, impactful run.
Oh yeah, the run was crazy.
It was a club run, but it was a weird club run. It was one of the weirdest club runs I've ever seen in my life, to be honest with you. Like the song Renee is about the chick dying, but it was a club song.
That was like a thing. What was that song? And it's like super depressing, bro. And it's like a club song. 5 o'clock in the morning. Where you gonna be?
Oh, not nonchalant.
Bro, they used to play in the club, and I'm like, bro, this is such a depressing song, bro. Why would you play this in the club? Who wants to party to this?
Facts, no. Facts. But yeah, that was Lost Boys to me. The song was about the chick dying. And I've never heard someone reference smoking so much in one song. And it wasn't even a song like that type of song. But if you go back and listen to the lyrics, there's a smoking reference about every 2 to 4 bars.
Jeez.
Gangster.
That's
a gangster love song. Oh, by the way, hold on. Yeah. I don't know. You can hear it. I can't hear it. But just in case you didn't know, you tuned in to UnQuantized podcast, the number one podcast for producers, by producers, all that type of good stuff. We're here, and actually somebody wrote today and said, "Can you share an industry story?" It's more to it than that. So we're here to talk about that today, but we're going to share industry stories. We're going to give some tips, some gems, all that type of good stuff. So if you're here or you're watching the replay, thanks for pulling up.
Yes, sir. Man, how was your week, bro?
Man, I've been a creative all week, for better or for worse. I've hit that stride, and I don't know who out here can relate to it, but you start doing creative things, and you genuinely get joy out of it. You start doing things that you never did before. You kind of just in it and you're feeling great. But then there's that thought in the back of your mind, like, all right, I'm having a lot of fun, but you got to switch modes. And how do you, what I've been struggling with was why do you make yourself switch modes when you're in such a stride? I'm having a hard time figuring out like how to get myself out of it, when to get myself out of it, and if I should get myself out of it. So it's been that type of joyous dilemma all week.
I let it rip till you can't. You know what I mean? I would go into the matrix until you got to get the little thing out the back of your head pulled out, and you know what I mean. You got to pick up the phone call, but I would stay in there as long as possible until then.
Bro, they solder that joint to the back of my neck more and more every day. It's hard to disconnect.
Yeah, but I feel it, bro.
I'll talk more about that, about all that later. But what's up with you, man? How was your week?
Dog, I had a week of adulting, just hardcore responsibility. It's one of those weeks that it ain't fun to talk about, and it was not fun. It was just a lot of. So that was me, bro. Just responsibility. Gotcha. Nothing fun, no creative stuff, just adulting. You know,
highly overrated. 1 star. I would not recommend.
But you know, we here. So you know.
That's a fact. That is a fact. We are here. So, want to start with the Kanye documentary?
So I still haven't seen it, bro. But
okay.
I've heard mixed reviews. It's either people love it or people hate it. It's nobody in the middle. I've never heard somebody say it's mid. It's only they love it or they hate it.
But isn't that Kanye in general?
That is very Kanye. So it's pretty appropriate. And then it is a part that I've seen is going viral. And it's him playing the song for Rockefeller. And I've seen that clip before. So that's why I knew what it was. And it's like everybody's sleeping on him. And that's like his origin story. I was like, oh man, that explains so much, bro. Like you could understand why he has that chip on his shoulder. Because it's like they sleeping on him, bro.
True. Okay, 2 things. Number one, and I never finished my statement that I told you last week because I definitely hit you with my opinion of it, and I never followed up. It was like a super straight to the point opinion too. So I said I didn't like it. I'll be honest with you. I said I didn't like the first episode, not the documentary in general. But the reason why I didn't like it is because if you're a hip hop fan or you know anything about Kanye, at least a decent amount, you didn't learn anything here. Even though people are like, oh, it's a whole bunch of like rare footage and stuff you haven't seen. I'm not saying that's not true. I believe it is, but it wasn't a whole bunch of that in this episode.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so they you know, and then 2006, the such and such album came out, and then went double platinum, and then he started dating this person, like just straight general stuff. And I'm like, I know all of this. The only saving grace though is that in the first episode, they seem to cover everything from the beginning to the end. So the remaining episodes, I'm imagining they're gonna deep dive into stuff, and that's when the magic supposedly is gonna happen. So I'm still giving it, like, I'm still holding out. But that first episode, I said, I ain't gonna lie, I hit you. I said it was trash. From my personal standpoint, it was, because I knew everything. It was shot well, and everything was good. I just didn't learn anything. So I didn't mean to say it was trash. It was just like, like you have. I saw Jay-Z on the David Letterman show thing when he had, like, he was interviewing famous people. And, you know, I love Jay-Z, but that's what made it hard, because every single thing they asked him, I already knew the answer to. And that's how I felt with the Kanye documentary on the first episode.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm definitely going to watch it. I started to, and then again, something crazy happened. I was like, I want to really sit and enjoy this. And then two, I hate when it's only one episode. Now I got so spoiled being able to binge stuff. It's like that part throws me off, bro. Because it's like, so now I'm trying to wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When do they come out?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Let me tell you, no one has had more grace. No one has been more polarizing. They had more second chances or anything than Kanye West.
That is true.
If you think people love him for such and such, they hate him for running for president, then they love him for the thing, and then DONDA. Up and down. Y'all give Kanye more chances in a little bit. And to a degree, I do too. I'm not gonna say y'all.
No, I'm definitely.
It's just entertaining, bro. Yeah. It's entertaining.
He understands how to use the attention. Like, he doesn't let it bother him. Some people, like, I don't think I could have that kind of attention on me. Like, I don't think I'm built for that kind of, like, I don't like that. I feel. What
if you had 9 billion?
Okay, maybe for 9 billion, I would learn to deal with it. I ain't gonna cap. I mean,
I could. It would take way less than 9 billion for me to adopt that attitude. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking that, but I'm sure it's still a lot of pressure to take that kind of attention. But I feel like he understands. Like, all right, I'm gonna play into it. You know what I mean? Like, Pete Davidson give me clicks, I'm gonna lean into that. Like, whatever is getting me the attention, because I'm about to drop this album, and y'all about to buy all these little Steam players. Bro, Ice Cold said they did Bow Wow Dirty in episode 1. I know what clip you're talking about. Man's violated Bow Wow.
Come on, man. Leave my guy alone.
Bow Wow did have the fresh perm, though. He did look like a Just For Me box. I can understand why they thought he was a kid, but he was violating, dog. He was like,
you know what? You ain't right. Oh, DL, we got to answer that too. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But
so it's weekly episodes. Okay, cool.
What day of the week though?
Fiction says Wednesdays.
Oh, okay. Terrible. So terrible. In keeping with Kanye type of stuff, what did he do? Oh, you just pointed out doing stuff on his own website, own platform. Now that I'll hit the air horn for, because we talk about that on the show a lot. And it was more so the question of why don't people sell stuff on their own website more? So this is, of course, the extreme version of that. But I mean, what do you all think about him, like, just selling it on his own website? And the reasoning he gave, which to no one's surprise, was artists are getting paid so little, we need to, take control.
See, I agree with everything. My only question is, one, he says only available on the player. That's a $200 piece of equipment.
Wait, did he say? I thought he said is only available on his platform and on the player. I didn't.
Okay, know. So everything I saw this morning, they made it seem like you had to get the player, and I might have been like reading it wrong, but they was like pushing the player thing is the main thing for that, which most people aren't going to get. And then
that didn't work the first time.
I just don't know.
I'm looking this up. By the way.
How are you gonna? Okay, the biggest thing is like people listen to music within like their own ecosystem, right?
Right.
And it's like I get this that Spotify, Apple Music is the issue, but you telling me that someone who cares so much about numbers is just gonna pull it off of all the platforms? I don't know. I just don't. I don't know if I believe it. I don't know if I think that's the rollout. I agree, but I just don't think that that's how it's gonna roll out. You get what I'm saying?
So you like, yeah, you like it's probably not gonna go down like that ultimately.
Yeah, it's gonna be a catch because it's just like,
well, he did that before.
Yeah, I just feel like someone who cares so much about numbers, about the charts, about where you rank, and then you're saying basically saying I'm gonna hurt my first week numbers by only doing it through my own self, unless you know what I'm saying. It's like,
you're right. You are right. I'm rereading it, and it says, it will be available through my own platform, comma the stem player. Yeah, so you're right. Now that does change things. To put it on your own platform, meaning a website where people can buy it, is one thing. But when people have to buy hardware to get it, I mean, 9 billion, whatever.
Yeah,
I kind of buy it, don't buy it.
If somebody's gonna pull it off, Kanye would pull it off. But I almost feel like it's a Cybertruck Tesla. Hey, let me get your $100. We're gonna we're gonna raise a bunch of money, and then we're gonna drop it later on. I feel like it's almost one of those plays, which is genius, but you know.
Yeah, that whole stem player thing, I
just don't get that. People don't want to hear it instantly. So it's like if you got your own app, that's cool. But then it's like
you gotta wait.
I want to hear my songs. I want to hear the Kanye song next to the Drake song or next to my playlist. Like I don't want to hear it out the elements. So that's where it gets tricky. Of like, how do you combine those atmospheres? You know what I'm saying? Especially with stream, it's not like MP3s where you could drag it back in. It's like most people don't have the actual copy of the song to drag in.
Yeah, listen, I applaud him for being able. It's a certain part of life where you're like, I don't care. I'll release it through the stem player, or I don't know. I'll just dig some holes under LA, and then maybe jump out of one of them holes and go to space. You know, it's just you have to applaud that type of like go get them spirit, because like I'm so up. I'm willing to push the envelope to try whatever. Now, would I get a stem player? No. But the fact that you're willing to push it and maybe spawn something else, I'm with it. Yeah.
It's just, I feel like Kanye be on, what's that book? Is it Ready, Fire, Aim? Where they talk about like, instead of like overthinking, it's about just like moving, like doing it like off of action. I feel like Kanye takes that to like the extreme. It's so many parts that I just want to know how it works, like logistically. Like if the album drops on the 22nd, then people would need to pre-order now for them to get it even closer in time. You know what I'm saying? It's so many. Yeah. So it's like, are you going to buy the album and only listening to it on his website and then have to wait to get the actual thing? And it's going to be like the SP404. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like, you want to have that. I'm waiting around.
Why you do that?
My bad. I'm sorry.
But yeah. You're right.
You see what I'm saying? I just wonder how, you know, and of course I would go into the marketing spiel of like how is this going to get rolled out, but that's the part I'm just like, I don't get it. Kanye sounds cool in theory, but I feel like it's a Kanye thing that sounds cool, but I don't know how valid it's going to be. But hopefully he proves me wrong. That'd be cool.
And the album's going to slap. I know that much.
Oh yeah, Future.
Whenever we get it,
Future and Kanye over some angelic choir 808 ratchet beats to Kanye's. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait.
Word on the street is Kanye's doing this whole album just so he can apologize to Soulja Boy to let him get on the album. Like, all right, I'm gonna do another one, and then you can get on this one.
If he got a Soulja Boy verse on there, I'm going crazy. All right, man. I just hope it's not depressing. That's the only thing. Donda is a great album. It's just so sad I can't listen to it. I think I listened to it that one time, and I have not went back to it. Just because it's a very depressing sounding album. So hopefully it's got some vibes on there, you know, a little upbeat.
Nah, bro. Sad Jesus Part 2. Sad Jesus Part 2. I'm calling it right now. That's what it's going to be. Prove me wrong. But enough about Mr. West. We'll have enough to talk about with him. DL asked Akai Force, love it or hate it? Bruh, that was a piece of equipment that seemed to have come and gone, but I just think it was slept on. It did a lot of stuff. I got a personal demonstration of it. It did a lot of stuff. I just think when it came in, it just people were just looking somewhere else. So I don't own one. I can't really break it down to you, but I think if you have one, you're not mad that you got one.
Right.
I'll say that. But it's like 12 of y'all that got one.
It's an elite club.
Yeah. I would flex with it, honestly. If I was like one of the few people that had one, I would just flex with it.
It's like an NFT.
There you go.
The Kai Force Club. It's like, yeah, I'm in. Change my
there
avatar.
You go.
That, you know what I mean?
Only me, Ricky, and Bob know about this right here.
You heard Eminem got one too. You know what I mean? Yeah, he got one too.
You heard Eminem got one. Yeah.
Let's see. Self-control. The baker should make the most bread. I don't know what we were talking about when he said that, but it sounded like a gem.
Sound like a Spotify. The whole Spotify conversation.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Ponzu, what up, bro? He said, what up? Y'all 10 minutes in and we talk about this Ye stem player already?
Bruh, yeah, we started. By the way, shout out to Ponzu. Ponzu joined the beta testing team over the week. Man, excellent feedback. Man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that's been along on my journey of being a creative for the last couple of weeks.
Ponzu, my dog, man.
Yeah.
Every time we talk, it's like good vibes, man. Give me the motivation, you know what I mean? Then I'll be like, all right, let me go cook up, man. This man over here making too much music. Let me go make something.
Dog, I sent him some stuff. He made something real quick with it. Incredible.
Oh yeah. All right.
Incredible.
I already know.
That boy good.
Mr. Griffin said Donda is like brown liquor gospel music. I agree.
It is. It is.
It's like when you got to go to church, but you just left like the Dominican Republic and you had a bunch of pure white Hennessy. You know what I mean? Go. Yeah, it's like it's a different vibe.
It definitely is. I like that brown liquor gospel. Yeah, because while it's going on, you so into it. The next day, you're like, "What was I doing yesterday?" Oh,
you definitely needed to be at the church. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wild out. Too much. Jesus of a cup.
Let's see. Also, maybe a year from the release, he may go ahead and release it to streaming additionally. But I just don't like how he's saying like I'm not gonna release it here and then eventually put it on there.
That's the point I was gonna make too. He did that with whatever album, The Life of Pablo, and I think with another album after that where he's like it's only on Tidal, and that's true for like 72 hours or 48 hours, and then it's somewhere else. So is this one of them things, or hey, man, or not?
If Kanye was smart, he would have that mean upsell on them stem players. Whatever, is it the steam or stem? I keep messing up.
Stem. Yeah, if it was steam, he get sued.
Kanye had the mean upsell on there. Oh boy, that boy, he gonna make a billy off of that.
I guess, or he could just make 5 more billy off of playing the demos at stadiums as concerts.
Yeah, that's true.
Is it just me, or did he do those demo concerts, but then after the album came out, did no performances of the album after that?
Yeah, not at all. I've never seen a rollout like that.
That's gangster. Like, yo, when it comes out, I'm going on vacation. That's usually when people hit the road. No. I did the road prior to the release.
Yeah, we done.
Now I'm done. I got other things to do. I got wide boots to make. Get out my face.
Wild.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Do you feel like people are about to be like wide open again? Because like Coachella is like no mandates, no masks, no nothing. Like everything is wide open again.
Oh yeah, everybody relaxing, bro. Everybody's super relaxing. Like I said, I don't think we out the woods. I think maybe eventually that one is gonna come around. It's gonna be a whopper, and it's gonna put everybody like back on alert, maybe back in the house. But until then, relax. Everybody relaxing, bro. Super relaxed. Everybody acting like me.
That's facts. Ponzu said, I need y'all to make this episode 4 hours for my birthday today. Hey, shout out to young Ponzu.
Oh, man, come on,
happy
bro.
Birthday, bro. Happy birthday, man.
Man, happy birthday to you, bro. Young Ponzu, 18 again. What's up?
My dog about to hit the liquor store for the first time. I see you, Playboy.
For the first time. That's adorable. Oh, I got a tip. I go on these like rabbit holes. Usually, like if I like eating lunch or breakfast or something, I pull up something with my phone. Just a wild thing that I thought of. So I'm into not feng shui, but like interior space a little bit. One thing I learned about the work area, and I think a lot of people don't know about this, or I see people's desk online, and one thing I don't see is negative space on the desk. Like really no space, because we tend to like fill up every inch of desk space that we have.
Right.
So the goal or the challenge was look at your work area and take one thing away every day for a week, or at least one thing away every day for a week that you don't necessarily need. And it'll just add so much more space to your desk. And then I find that you can just work so much better with, it's not so much the less stuff, even though it's that too. It's just the space around it and having the area and not being like cramped up. And you'll also realize too, like your back and your shoulders and all that stuff might be tight. A lot of times you are making cramped movements because you got something right there next to your arm, or you got something right here. So I would just encourage everybody to take stuff off of your work area that you're not using and just like, sense. Make some space for yourself. It'll look better. You'll feel better. You'll be more productive. Man, I've been on my Zen shit this week. Yeah. No, karaoke, all that.
Young Tai Chi Oracle. I see you. Young Feng Shui. You know what I mean?
Hey, slow kung fu. That's me, bro.
I see you.
That's what Oracle translates to in Japanese. Slow kung fu.
DL says, I want to buy and use samples, but I don't want to pay royalties on sound samples that I buy in a sound library or getting sued for using them.
So buy royalty-free samples.
Yeah. But also, don't be afraid to pay people. Yeah, don't be afraid to pay people.
There we go.
It's part of, if you're doing business, you're exchanging money. So
if you get a, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead.
If you get a placement off of a sample that you used, you wouldn't have got that placement if it wasn't for the sample. So you could either break that bread a little bit or not have gotten that bread at all, any of that bread. Hey, your percentage of zero is, it is what it is. But I wouldn't not use those types of samples based off of that reasoning alone.
Not at all. I mean, here's the thing. I try not to sample. I try to make original stuff as much as possible. But sometimes a good idea is a good idea. I'd rather have a good idea where I make a sliver of it and it adds to my resume. I get opportunities to network. You get your upfront. It's all the stuff, benefits that you get, even though you got to pay on the back end and you got to split with people. But again, that's how you progress in this business. A lot of it is like breaking bread with people and making money with people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I just don't want people to get caught up in like, I don't want to pay this. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, that's how the business works. That is part of the business,
Yeah, getting used to making money also comes with getting used to paying people.
Yeah.
So,
and it's not I think people think it's difficult. I think that's what the stigma comes from. But
it's not.
Yeah, it's not. It's not difficult at all.
It's not. I would encourage you, if you want to do that, just to go ahead and do it. I also would like to let you know I'm the person that does not care about that at all, bro. As a matter of fact, I'm a sample lover. I will use a sample regardless, having to clear it or pay or whatever. That's just my style. So take what I say with a grain of salt, but at the same time, don't limit yourself from a potential great placement. Also, depending on who you get the sample from and who you have to split credit and payment with, that might be a boost for the record.
Oh yeah. That's right. Hey man, gotta be open-minded out here about these placements.
Facts though.
Prentice said you're gonna have to pay somebody. You can go for the placement, get in the room where the students have, hey, that's back.
Talk about it.
And DL says networking at release parties suck. Prove me wrong. Hey man, networking is as good as you make it. I feel like I'm good at networking. I will spot people out. I'll do research. I'm looking at your Instagram. I'm like, oh, he likes this. You know what I mean? This is what common points. I go about it like a job. Like, we're gonna network, we're gonna have talking points. You're gonna know business. You know what I mean? It's LinkedIn in real life.
DL, I'm with you, bro. It's trash. Networking at those types of functions is trash. However, it's a necessary evil. It's one of those things, is depending on who you are. Like for me, it's just draining. it's not difficult. It's not, I'm really good with talking to people. I'm really good with networking, all of that stuff. But at the end of however much time, it's just very draining. But it's a necessary evil for me. I'm a super introverted person, but make no mistake, that's never going to be a reason for me not to get out there and do what I got to do or be around whoever I got to be around. So I agree with you, bro. It does suck networking at those types of events. However, you didn't say that you avoid doing it because of that, but if you do avoid doing it because of that, that's one of them things like you just gotta, hey man, you just gotta tough it out and go do it. You know what I mean? It's a necessary evil. It's also one of those things where I feel like if you don't do it, you don't deserve what you want, type of deal.
Right.
So, but I agree with you, bro. It sucks.
Yeah, no, definitely. Harry Love says, I also figured out that 4 cans. Hold on. First, wait, that was I skipped one. Okay.
Harry Love wrote a little paragraph.
Yeah, okay. He says every episode reflects my week. I literally just took my SP1200 and SP MPC Live off the desk yesterday. Spent the next 12 hours straight editing samples and making beats. And then he says, I also figured out 4 cans of baked beans duct taped together works well as a speaker stand. That's what the first one I saw. I was like, wait, how did we get to baked beans? What did I miss?
Oh, hold on. I just happen to have one here. I'm gonna have to put some people on. This pad, I guess in reference to me, you can see how long it is. I got a whole bunch of these, right? So depending if you got long pieces of equipment, like one on each side, these are just rubber pads, but these are also studio stands. I got little square ones. So picture this cut in like little squares. And those I put on the 4 sides of the studio. So if anybody wants a link to these long rubber pads, and I'll show you some of the square ones. It's just funny that you said that. I use this stuff for everything to avoid shocks and to also like layer and tier things. Cause I'll stack these like 2, 3, 4 high. That'll be the top tier. The next one will be 3 too high. That'll be something else. And that way you get to maximize the space in front of you. Sorry, I went on a whole rubber pad tier, but I got excited.
No, that's facts. Let's see. I build a special pins and doodads holders to relieve clutter from the desk. That's kind of fire.
100%, bro. I want to go over there to my little drawer so bad now. Like, oh, you gotta look at these. That's my jam.
Oh yeah, gadgets, and that's my
gadgets. Cord holders and runners and all that type of stuff.
I hit Oracle the other week. Like, yo, I got a random question. I need to figure out how to do this for my desk to keep it organized. How do you do it? He's like, oh, I'll tell you exactly what to do. You do this, you do this.
I sent my man like 8 links. It's a desk, it's a drawer that's right there. Maybe next week I'll like break out some stuff from the drawer just to show people, because my desk and all that, like it's no cords on the desk. You don't see any cords under the desk, and it's because of these like little holders and things that I use.
That makes sense. So let's see. Fiction says introverts activate. Ice cold beverage says introvert game. Everyday.
Come on, man.
Hey man, we out here.
Man, little Uzi Verts, baby.
Little introverts.
Little introverts. Little choosy.
Is it too late for that to be my rep name? That's a good one. Little introvert.
Yeah, it's over. It's over for that. Dang. By the way, I would take that name from you. I would trade you another name for that.
Dang, that was a good one.
You could be Scotty Drippin or something like that.
I've been trying to think of my metaverse name, like my character. Like I want to have a whole character when I get in there. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I'm trying to think, but the brand's got to be right. You know what I mean? Got to have the full fit with it. You know what I mean? It's got to be a whole thing. So I'm thinking. Hey, if y'all see me and you see a little introvert in the metaverse, you know what I mean? No, just don't have it.
Little introvert. That's hilarious.
Let's see what we got going on in the news. Actually, found some good stuff.
Okay.
Oh, did you see? Okay, Snoop Dogg is doing Death Row, and it's going to be an NFT label.
I did see that. Snoop just everywhere.
Snoop is dog. Awesome.
He in all the spaces, bro.
My dog is like in living color. Tree Jobs. Tree Jobs. Did you see this? Okay, Waves has this new plugin. I don't. Okay, it's
Create.
No, I don't know.
Well, Cosmos comes with Create. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Cosmos. So what it is an AI powered sample finder, which sounds cool in theory. It seems cool. I just don't know if I would practically use it, but it looks cool.
I can tell you, first of all, they are not the first people to come out with this. I don't know if people remember, but XLN came out with their, it was after RC20. They came out with, I forgot what the plugin was called. It's like a drum findery thing, but it has a browser that is just like Cosmos, bro. It looks exactly the same. It has like the little dots in it. It's the same thing. So, not saying that the Waves joint isn't dope. Right. I've been checking it out. We can talk about that in a minute because I can tell you got something to say about it. But it is literally the exact same thing that XLN came out with maybe a year, 2 years ago, and people just slept on it then. So the fact that everybody's talking about it now, I'm like, where was y'all when this joint came out a couple years ago?
I get that it's like a convenience and it's a way to organize and it looks cool. But other than that, it's really, I just don't see myself, because I feel like it's a lot of prep work on the beginning, right? Unless I'm wrong about how it tags and research.
I think it just does it by itself.
It just kind of knows. But what I don't know, man. I just something about I would have to see it. A lot of times when they auto tag stuff, it's not. What if it's like a weird, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so then it's like, how does it classify that? And then how do you got to go back through that? You know, it's little stuff like that where I'm like, I just need to know how that works.
Dog, it's like, you know, Ableton turns audio into MIDI. It's like, yeah, but it's not always great. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about programs like that. Like, yeah, auto tagging, like you pull up something like, oh, that's a snare, it's not a guitar. I don't know that this program would do that, but I don't look for samples that not like that to be using this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not looking for like a marimba, kalimba.
Yeah, I'm just kind of going on vibe. I'm just clicking around.
I got folders organized into ways that I like to navigate. I'm just never out there in the sound universe. Like, anybody seen a banjo? Like, I don't work like that. Yeah. But I'm asking you, and I guess I asked the chat too, like, how do you feel about, well, you never saw it. You didn't see the other part of the plugin, did you?
So I seen the little cloud thing.
Not the cloud thing. That's Cosmos, but the sampler that it comes with.
Oh, see, no, I only saw that Cosmo part. That's the only part that kept popping up when I was looking at topics.
Okay. So Cosmos, sorry if I'm saying it wrong, is an addition, from what I understand, to this thing they came out with called Create, CR8, which in a nutshell, I could just best describe as like, you know how Ableton Simpler is? It's just like a real simple sampler, real easy to navigate. It's kind of like that, just on a VST version. And you could layer stuff up. It's dope, but it's a very simple sampler. But I think it's good for people that use DAWs with samplers that I feel are lackluster. But like with Ableton, I would continue to use simpler.
Call them out.
Yeah. All right, listen. Listen, Logic. I'm talking to you, Logic. I'm talking to you, Logic. Logic with an L, capital L. Actually, I don't know if I'm talking to Logic. I think I am though. It's certain. It was something about do they still use EXS24?
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've been on it though. So
it was something about that joint. It didn't read 32-bit or 24-bit, and it would always cause customers to hit me, and I started having to make 16-bit versions again.
I remember
because of that sampler. So for people like that, I'd be like, why don't you just get the Waves joint? But for the most part, it's a simple sampler, man. I can't hate on it. I can't be mad at it. But as an Ableton user, I would just use simpler.
Yeah. The Cosmos joint, I feel like I'm gonna check it out because it's free.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll check it out. But also, if it's a lot of time commitment of me organizing sounds, which seems like, because the thing with those kind of things that nobody talks about, once you spend all that time, you're locked in. You can't you're stuck there. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're going to do that whole cycle again, which is going to be such a time. So that's why I'm always worried about those kind of things. Because it's like, I don't want to be locked in on that system unless I know.
We both have an app like that in a total different area.
I know. That's exactly what I was thinking about. That's exactly what I was thinking about.
I wanted to switch, but like you said, when you get locked in and you did so much, you're like, I'm not switching.
Mm-hmm. That's why I stuck with the one I got, bro. I was like, bro, I'm halfway there. I'm about to just commit. I'm here. Everybody's like, "What are you talking about?"
Sorry, guys.
Sorry,
But
guys.
the chat. Did anybody weigh in on this?
Let's see. Harry Love says, "I can't find my bagpipe samples when I need them. Never."
Dog, and that's for the best. That's for the betterment of the human race. Nobody should be able to have access to their bagpipe samples.
See, I'm interested how everyone managed folders, files, samples, hard drives. The realest struggle.
Oh, Harry, you obviously haven't been here before.
Oh yeah, Oracle's there.
I'm not going to do it today because I do it a lot, and it will literally be 45 minutes of me explaining it. But maybe next time or DM me because file organization. I'm all up on it.
Yeah, DL says, "Yo, you mentioned drums. Why were the Vengeance drums so bad, bro? That brought me all the way back. I haven't thought about Vengeance drums in so long.
Like snares that go every snare.
Bro, I have not thought about them drums in so long. That was crazy. They had a run, bro. I ain't gonna front. They had a little run.
Vengeance drums sound like a photo full of allergy sneezes.
Sound like the Christmas high school band. Like, why is there so much low end on this snare, bro?
I don't know what type of music you make, but if you made EDM or any type of dance music, I imagine you thought they were okay. But if you didn't, you were like, "What the hell did I just get?"
I hated the crossover ones. It'd be like Vengeance Trap. It sounded just like it sounded like the same drums from the other one. It's like, bro, you did nothing,
bro. These are EDM drums.
Yeah,
these are hybrid trap. What is trap about this?
That's funny, bro.
Damn.
We need to make a list of like the old classic sample packs. It's Vengeance, HHS, Big Fish, HHS,
Timberlicious. What that was all HHS, the Timberlicious
them
and the Dre Mendes.
Them HHS was violations, bro. Them joints would have the whole song in the background. Yeah, like it's just Timberland in the back with over a snare, like He's like, bro, how do I use the snare?
Did my nigga say fizzle fizzle? Like, what is going on here?
Oh boy, is that a Jazzy Fade Blazers hat with the old boy over top?
Like, why can I see this thing when you play that sound? That's how much of him is behind the sound. I can visually see him when I hear that snare.
Them kids was violations, bro.
Thanks.
And bro, and I used to use them things too. That's the crazy thing. I feel like that's why I'm good at sound design and like manipulating samples, because it's like, all right, we got to cut this out. How do we make this not? How do I make this snare not sound like Sexy Back? Because this is clearly where it came from.
There you go. Yeah. How do I make it sound like I didn't steal this from Pharrell?
Bro, I text my brother this today. It is a trend going on. Watch what I say. The new style is people are imitating the Neptunes. I've heard it like 5 times, and these songs are blowing up. It's a kid on TikTok that's got a song that sounds just like Pharrell. If you heard it, you would think it's like a unreleased Pharrell song. Like the way he's singing, the beat, everything sounds like a 2001 Neptune, and it's all over TikTok, bro. It's like a trending song. This other artist, I saw her today, and she posted a song, and it sounds old Neptune's drums, the same, like the clavinet. I'm like, yo, this is like the 4th song I've heard where people are really like going for that sound.
Kind of liking it.
I just hope people do it justice. That's the only thing. I love that sound so much. It's like I'm weird about it. Like, oh, don't mess it up, please.
Yeah.
But it's cool though. It's cool to see it, popping up, man.
Yeah. Old Dutch drums. I don't know what I missed there.
Was that a old sample pack? I do feel like, what was them joints that was called Dusty Fingers? Was it Dusty?
Dusty Fingers was the joint.
Boy, them joints was classic, bro.
Yeah, them Dusty Fingers joints. I had all them joints.
Oh,
all the versions.
Can't remember exactly what it was. I just know that just made me happy thinking about Dusty Drum.
They had like dope samples, but they had like the whole songs, like rare ass songs. Okay.
That's exactly. Yeah. I used to get so happy listening to them joints. Like, oh, I'm
gonna go crazy so far. Woo.
The beginning of digging was like a great time, because it felt like we're like pioneering something. It just felt like we were doing something that's like, this is unexplored territory.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, I was digging a long time before I heard anybody else talking about it.
Mm.
And I was just like, yo, this is about to be a thing in about a year.
Mm.
It wasn't really a thing for about another 10 years.
Bro, I remember you had a Swedish Spotify account before. This is
Yep.
before it was even in the United States. You had you was doing it some way where you could get an account so you could find samples. Yes. I remember that. I was like, yeah, that's so crazy. I was like, bro, what are you doing?
Had to actually get a friend from Sweden with a Swedish credit card, a real Swedish credit card, and a real person to set this whole thing up. But yeah, that was before Spotify was even in America. And before that, it was what was my joint? Audio Galaxy. And before that, it was SoulSeek. I had like the rare joints to find stuff on. Like when people was like LimeWire or Napster, but I was like SoulSeek, Audio Galaxy, all them types of joints. Yeah.
Facts.
Long time, bro. I think I started doing that joint like late 2000s, early 2001, something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you was OG in that game.
Oh yeah.
DL says, "Where's Lex Luger? We need Lex Luger back." Man, I think he's doing good. I see him on IG all the time going crazy.
Hey man,
he on Twitch. I was just watching him on Twitch yesterday, the day before. One of his days this week, he was on Twitch making beats. I was watching him. I think he just did like a Juicy J record. Like, I think he's doing good. I think he out here.
Oh man, shout out to him, man, for sure. Shout out to him.
I like how some people, it's like, I think you realize that you don't got to be in the limelight and do all this stuff. It's like, let me get my check, let me do my thing.
Yes.
So I feel like Lex figured out a good little balance of, I'm gonna do me and still, So it's cool. I love it, man. VA legend.
100.
Let's see. Now in 5 boss says the sounds are from the Triton, the Neptunes ones. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Oh, all of them.
They pillaged that whole keyboard.
Oh yeah, they went stupid on that joint.
If they hit him like, yeah, we're gonna sue them for back publishing, I would be like, all right, bro. I can see where you make a case. They did pillage it. They used the hell out of you.
If I was for real, dude, I'm like, yeah, I'm dead. If y'all do that, I'm dead. I'm as good as dead.
Don't do that.
It's over. It's a Reynolds rap. Wait, I got a question though. I was trying to decide what type of person I was. Not in the metaverse or nothing like that.
Oh, okay.
But I was trying to figure if I was a MIDI person or audio person. What are you all out there? Are you a MIDI person or are you a audio person? Because I mean, we know the gift and curse of both sides. With MIDI, you got that unlimited flexibility. You know what I mean? You can just change up on the fly as you still going. That's also the curse of MIDI. Unlimited chance to change and not commit. Audio, it's all the exact opposite. However, the one thing about audio, eventually, if everything goes according to your plan, it all ends up as audio anyway. So a case could be made. Why not just go audio earlier?
That is true.
So it's almost 50-50. You could argue either way, but I want to know just one word in the chat. Are you MIDI or are you audio? And Young Trezor, I guess I'll ask you. And it's what you are mostly, because of course we are all both. We have to have both. But mostly, and for most of the time while making a beat, are you mostly MIDI or mostly audio? What about you, Young Trezor?
Oh man, that's a tough one, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say audio just because it's tried and true, man. MIDI, I love it. I love the control, but sometimes I get lost in like trying to find sounds and manipulate it. Like that, to me, that becomes a whole thing of like, I'll get stuck doing too much, trying to change the MIDI and all that. So it's like, to me, the best of both worlds is like, say I'm collabing with somebody and they send me the MIDI and it's an audio file. Cause it's like, I can manipulate the audio and then I could build around it. To me, that's the perfect scenario. Cause it's like, and then sometimes I just don't be wanting to figure out chords. Sometimes like figuring out what somebody else played is
give me that MIDI.
Right, give me the MIDI, dog. I'm trying to drag this joint over. I'm trying to knock this beat out real quick. Let me do these 808s. You know what I mean? Right. I just need to know the chord progression. Where the root note at? You know what I mean? Stop playing. You know what I mean? Send me the file, bro.
There it is. I'm gonna have to agree with you. I like MIDI better. Mm-hmm. So I actually just, as I thought about it, I was like, I'll monitor myself. I'll look back over myself over the last 48 hours. And what I found was I'm more MIDI. I appreciate MIDI more. I build more stuff MIDI wise. However, I know my fear of commitment, so I commit early, but I just save the MIDI. Mm-hmm. But the key is when you save the MIDI, because you'll end up with a set or whatever DAW you use. I call it a set because I'm able to. You'll end up with double the amount of tracks, which makes your whole shit look like terrible. So I'll just take the MIDI, I'll save it. Once I turn it into audio, I break out the audio and have that regular, and all the MIDI goes into a group that I just keep collapsing. So I don't look at the individual tracks. So now my whole set is only one track. It appears to be only one track larger than it would be. So it's, it's 7 tracks instead of 12 tracks or whatever.
Right. That makes sense. Let's see. Harry Love says, I come from digging / samplers. So definitely audio.
Harry. Listen, once again, I like Harry because I can tell it's Harry's first time here. But me and Harry share a lot of stuff alike. I'm also from a digging background. But the ability of what you can do when you put something into a MIDI sampler or a MIDI thing, the ability of what you could do with that sample audio is what turned me from being I use samples and I'm an audio guy to like I'm mostly a MIDI guy and I have to break out of it. Sure. So I don't know what else you use, Harry. I don't know if it's all hardware, but if you use a DAW, let me know what kind of DAW it is.
And it's weird because I feel like I'm like in the middle because a lot of times how I make beats is sometimes I'll just make melodies. Like I'll make just like a completely different melody and then I bounce it. And I'm making it just so I could chop it again. Like I make the whole melody just for the purpose of like, I'm just going to throw this a Serato sample and then figure out a crazy way to chop it. Almost. So it's like, I'm using the MIDI and I'm doing that whole thing, but for the purpose of, I'm going to treat it like audio and just chop it up. You know what I mean?
Perfect. I chopped MIDI the other day and I was thinking like, do a lot of people chop MIDI? Like a loop and chop it as MIDI instead of chopping it as audio.
It just never has that same je ne sais quoi.
It's with audio, it's a flip. With MIDI, it's a rearrangement. Because audio gives it a certain quality. When you stop something abruptly and it becomes something else, and that comes from chopping parts. But when it's MIDI, you almost can't tell that it was chopped.
Yeah, it's like too lush, it's too pretty. It's like the chops adds like that grit to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you need that. The thing about sampling that makes sampling noticeable to the ear, two of the things immediately are abrupt changes in sound, which is going from one chop to another, and just abrupt stops or like gaps between like when one sample plays and another sample plays. Those are like some of the things that make samples distinguishable from like someone playing MIDI. But like we said, when you chop MIDI, it's essentially just playing different chord progressions or different melodies. You can't even tell that a chop is happening unless you know what the original sounded like. So it just don't have that shock value, but it is effective if you're trying to be creative.
I know for me, when I'm in the flow, I don't want to overly make too many decisions. And I feel like with MIDI, I have to be careful because I'll find myself like, all right, let me hit 5 more presets and see which is it a better one. It's like, I like this preset, but I'm gonna go to 5 more to see if I can find one. And it all day I'll sit there and do that. Like, ooh, I like this one, but let me throw all these effects plugins on there and see if I can like get it a little bit better. And it's like, bro, I gotta stop doing that. So that's why I like just commit to audio. And it's like, all right, I'm here. I gotta figure it out. I gotta work my way out this little puzzle right here. You know what I mean?
It's a real G way to do it though. That's how the G's do it, son.
Yes, sir.
By the way, Harry said, Abel is the best thing since sliced bread. I knew I liked you for a reason, bro. Speaking of anybody that's from that background, I found something the other day and I want to show this joint. Yeah, I do show and tell. You know I do. Bam. I don't know if a lot of people know what this is.
I thought you was about to pull out some heat. I thought you had some kicks. I was about to say,
now if you want to go there, we can go there. But no, this is a whole bunch of zip disk. So this is like the 2.0 of the sampling of the sampler game. Before, like after floppies, if you were able to get a zip drive and some zip disk, you was rocking. I have hundreds and hundreds. All these joints probably got like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 beats on them, something like that. But just like classic.
You look like you about to play hella Nintendo right now. Like you about to load up Mario right now.
But yeah, this shit was fun. But I use some of these sounds though. Saying all that to say, I use some of these sounds for the new joint that I'm coming out with.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I went back and did a little digging, but bro, it was a whole slew of these joints. So,
it's something about those too that's like a different, like, I don't know, when you see, like, I remember my brother had came into town. We was at Southside with JD, and he had the crisscross one, the floppy drive for crisscross, and they loaded it up and replayed it. And bro, I was just like so amazed about it. It's just like, it's just something nostalgic about, like, one, I knew that song, and then seeing the floppy, it just looked like you know when you watch Space Jam and it's like the juice, and it had like, it's like just special juice. That's what it seemed like. It's just like, oh man.
Is it not the best shit ever, bro? Just to like see, like you said, see how it was created here. Like even the loading process, bro. I used to make covers for these joints. This is back before anybody made covers, bro. It's like I had a printer.
What was you designing in?
I have no clue, bro.
My dog was in print shop back in the day.
Black Planet. I don't even know where I got any of this from, but like it's probably some hard ass beats on here. I had this one with like a baby on it. It looked like the Matrix way before the Matrix came out. It was wild. But yeah, man. So like I said, I've been having fun this week.
Oh yeah, you been going crazy.
Yeah, and a lot of them here go the baby one right here. But yeah, a lot of them sounds that I went back through was on these joints. That's crazy, right?
Yo, you was different, bro. My dog was ahead of his time. Why do you have the Matrix baby?
This was
the
like
battery.
And it's called The Elements. I don't even know what was going on when I made this joint. Yeah.
Yo, that joint got some heat on there.
Oh.
That joint got some heat on. I knew it was something crazy on there.
Oh, nuts. And if
you can't have that cover and not have no heat on that one.
Nah, and if it's one with a color, like just a straight color disc, like say this one, it's incredible. All right, I can tell you it's incredible because that was a specially made.
All half a was it a megabyte on them joints? It's crazy how different the sizes is now because them joints hold nothing, bro.
Oh yeah, I think these were like a gig or no, terrible. What were these? A one something? I think a gig.
Yeah, I think it's a gig because I remember when terabytes was unheard of until
that was the Jazz Drive.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a terabyte, but it was like something crazy that was bigger than a gig, and that was a Jazz Drive.
You know what I don't miss is them glyph drives. Remember at every studio, and them shits was dumb expensive, bro.
Those were I didn't get into those because those were Mac people,
bro. That was
PC niggas never used glyph drives, and every time I would go to the studio with somebody, and I'm like, give me that file, or we got to exchange files. They break out that drive, and I see a little stupid orange border around it, and I'm like, you're not going to be able to. Either I can't read it, or I'm going to give you something that you can't read. They weren't very cross compatible.
Yeah, them days is crazy. I ain't gonna front. I do miss the tangible equipment days. Like I do miss like even with the zip drive, it just seems cool. Like I miss like having like to like add stuff like modularly to like, you know what I mean? Like it would be cool to do stuff like that. But then I also don't miss being at the studio with all that shit either though. I also don't.
Oh hell no. Like taking all that to the studio?
Oh man. Like y'all gotta come to me.
I don't know if anybody know about taking stuff to the studio, but like trying to do it like a couple times I had to do it on the train. Not a lot, because by the time I started making beats, I was driving. But you try to take some equipment somewhere on a train, it's heavy as hell, and you try not to get robbed at the same time. You try to take an ASR from Alexandria, Virginia to Southeast DC at 9 o'clock at night. Scariest shit in your life. And you gotta come back home on the train or whatever, whenever you gotta come back home. It used to be scary, but it was fun.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, to this chat talking about, and I had something else too that I was gonna show. I'm all show and tell you today.
Dog, you saw Sting sold his catalog. The catalog sales keep going, man. People getting rid of their music, bro.
How much did he get?
Oh, 300 million. I ain't gonna front 300 million. Hey, bro. You can have it.
Yeah.
You can have it, bro.
That brings up an interesting topic too. The people that always are like, man, you stupid. I wouldn't have sold.
Man, you know how much 300 million liquid cash? You know how much crazy stuff you could do with that?
Nigga, yes, you would have sold. Also, like at what point? These people also can't give you a point as to where you should sell. Oh, music is timeless and priceless and blah blah blah. You know, somebody offered your ass $1,500 for them damn beats that you got, you would take it. So when you hear somebody like Sting or somebody sell their joint for 100 million, couple hundred million, or even 2 million, you would do the same thing. I just see people saying that a lot. Like, I would have done that. I'm like, you would have done that.
Because for the people buying it, it's like a long play. You know what I mean? It's almost probably like they're probably using it as some kind of leverage. Like they're collecting off of that but for Sting, it's like 300 million. You know how much you could do with, you know how many businesses you could buy? I'm just buying.
So I'm like, what do you want to do in life?
Yeah, it's like, bro, I'm gonna buy half the Starbucks in the East Coast and I'm gonna sit back and chill. I mean, man.
Yeah. At a certain point, it's like, yo, it's enough. What are you holding out for?
Yeah.
And especially not no shot at Sting, but like you get to a certain age, you like, all right, it's only so much that I could do with it. And that's not going to be half of this. And then it's my family, and this is their family, and probably their family. Even if I look that far, now we all straight.
Yeah.
We kind of good. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sell. And now, you know, I can focus on other things. So man, shout out to Sting. And everybody else too.
Yeah, that's crazy. 300 mil.
Hell yeah. Oh, by the way, Harry Love, those are 100s. Yes, sir. Jewel B says Scuzzy. Yes, indeed. NFT sampler disc. Probably the best drums on earth on those. DL.
I already know. It's crazy on there. I already know.
I'm trying to tell you. Harry Love ASR 10 was Scuzzy. Yeah, game changer. I got an ASR 10 in the back with the Scuzzy on it for sure.
Scuzzy sound like a New York rapper, like definitely freestyle.
Scuzzy.
He looked like Enes. Jump off a cliff, hang glide with it.
He definitely say his name before every verse. Scuzzy. Scuzzy.
Early.
Early. Yo, I'm dying. No, it's Scuzzy.
Scuzzy.
My guy.
Man.
Hold on. I only got 2. I don't know why I only got 2. I thought it was like 3 or 4.
Don Corleone.
Young Don Corleone. What up, fam? What up? So yo, this joint right here. I'm breaking out all the old school
you going crazy.
comedians. This tape right here is called Bad Boy 9-5. There's no Bad Boy music on here. It has nothing to do with Bad Boy. But this tape itself sounds crazy. This is one of the tapes I used on the new cassette instruments joint that I'm coming out with. This is the one where you hear the stuff that's super damaged is coming off the Bad Boy 9-5. And then you got the son of 9-5. He going through a little training right now. See, little son of 9-5 going through a little training. So later on tonight, I got a couple of these. I just totally unravel the whole thing, ball it up, and then for some reason take a lot of time to sort it back out and roll it back up. And that's how you get a Bad Boy 9-5.
Yo, he really be on your Bill Nye out there with the tapes, right?
Oh, listen. So when I tell you I'm fucking with the shit, I'm fucking with the shit.
I see.
Yeah, it's not a throw a tape plug-in on it for me type deal. I like figuring out ways to do more with less. So yeah, this is funny. And I went old school. I don't know why the tabs were originally taken out of this tape, but I had to go old school and tape the tabs back up.
Bro.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like this one still got the original tabs in it. But yeah, I'm gonna unroll this whole thing, and then probably by tomorrow night, I'll have it rolled back up, and it's gonna sound even worse than this one. And that's gonna be awesome. Yep. So, and it's 4 of these. I don't know what the other 2 are. I got the clear one, you know, of course, the clear Max L's, and I got a couple other ones.
Started Window Oracle. You got
So you see how my week has been.
when it comes to vintage audio, I think you probably have everything. You got the tape machines, you got the reel to reel joints, you got the
reels, yeah, all that. My whole thing is like this whole week. So you see the type of stuff I've been dealing with. It never really crossed my mind, but once or twice to document, and that's the problem. I mean, messing with tape and all this stuff all week, and I was like saying I didn't do any of that. I was too busy in the trenches.
How did you feel about the Super Bowl, the halftime, particularly?
I thought it was cool. It was everything I thought it would be, and I thought it was dope. I was happy to see all of them up there. Everybody did their thing. Everybody killed it, went off without a hitch. No titties came out. Flawless victory, bro. What'd you think?
First of all, if you know me, I don't watch football. For me, that was a good football game to start with. I was intrigued. Now I'm interested in I feel like I might be a football fan.
You actually watched the game?
I watched the whole game and I was invested.
I'm surprised.
I was invested. I was highly invested, which is the first time because I just never take the time to watch it. So, I'm making progress. The halftime show, to me, one of the greatest halftime shows it's been.
It was awesome.
I like it because knowing that there was so many people that you expected to be kind of quick and to the point, and it's like they did a good job of like being all over the place in a good way. Yeah. Like you didn't get too much of anything. It's just like by the time you kind of got used to that, it's like, all right, it's a switch. So I thought it was a good vibe. 50 Cent was hilarious. How they was killing him, bro. They was killing 50 on live. I was like, why they do my dog like that, man?
Yeah, every event it has to be a thing that everybody like corrals around, and then that's the thing for the week. And it happened to be 50. Because I seen him, he wasn't out there looking crazy.
Yeah,
but everything else was so good, it was nothing else to pick apart. So you're like, yeah, you
75 cents. I was like, yeah, they raw.
Yeah, they are. They are. Let's get him. He added some extra change.
Shout out to Anderson .Paak. He killed it.
Kendrick
killed it.
He did.
People understand. Oh yeah, she killed it. Singing and playing the drum seems like the hardest thing in the world to me. To be able to sing perfectly and then keep the time. That's why every time I see Anderson .Paak, I'm like, bro, what are you on, bro? Like, he be doing too many things at the same time. I'm like, you're not normal, dog. He'll be like playing the accordion, playing the drums, and singing. I'm like, bro, stop, bro.
I think about that, but now it made me think too that now that you said that, because I'm like, it's walking and chewing bubblegum at the same time, or whatever you want to call it. But now, like at a certain point, do those things add to each other? Like for instance, if I'm playing the drums, my body is in a pocket now. So if I'm coming up with lyrics or something, I'm gonna maybe be in a certain pocket. So I'm thinking maybe the drumming is adding to the cadence of the singing, which is adding back to the pattern of the drumming. And I think my man is basically just a nonstop creative idea type of dude.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's like anything he does with the right hand makes energy for the left hand and vice versa. You ever seen them little desk joints to be swinging back and forth and they never stop? To me, that's how he is, just because everything he knows how to do.
Why am I a sucker for those? Because as soon as you said, I was like, oh, I want to buy one of those. The little desk things. I don't know why that's my weakness. It's like, I know they're stupid, but I want it.
Hey, listen, I know we all too cool for school, but science is awesome. Physics is awesome. That thing is awesome. As a kid, you can't tell me you ain't see one of those and be like, yo, I want that.
Did you see?
I want that.
Did you pay for Versus?
Oh, you know Spanish now, because I didn't understand a damn thing you just said.
Bro,
you said pay for Versus. I don't know.
Bro, I ain't see the internet turn on something so quick, bro.
You told me about it. I didn't see it. As you told me about it, I was like, yeah, I imagine they reversed course on that real fast.
Yeah, and that ain't the one to do it. Like Anthony Hamilton, Music Social, great artist. Don't get me wrong. No hate to them. But that ain't the one I want to, It would have to be like a Jay-Z, Kanye. I would pay for that. And I would still be mad that I got to pay for that one. I would still be upset.
Yeah.
Them people online went crazy. It's like, yo, If you don't
I
get out of
imagine,
here,
bro. Did you watch the verses?
I saw parts, but they were doing too much, bro. It was too much going on. I feel like they got commercials now throughout the whole thing on Instagram. They got a weird format. They had like this DJ battle. Shout out to my homie, his name's Popo. I met him at the DJ event not too long ago.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. That man is he's my hero.
Oh, he's cold, bro.
I didn't know that you knew him or knew of him.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of don't know him, but it just so seems if there's a random spot that I go to randomly with a random person to do random things and get randomly drunk and twisted, he's the DJ there.
Oh yeah, he's crazy.
Always. And he one of them Players Club type DJs.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna get in there, he joning on everybody in the crowd. Like he's making a whole comedy set.
Oh yeah, he's going crazy.
And he's called the Scratch Master, I believe. Mm-hmm. And he could cut. That's the thing, because I'm into cutting when it comes to DJ. And he can really, really cut. Yeah. And his blends are dope. I don't really know the man. I just see him when I go out, and he's kind of like, oh shit, you at this spot? I'm like, oh shit, you here too. So I don't know him, but at the last spot I was getting belligerently drunk at on a Sunday, he announced that he was going to be in the DJ battle for the next verses. So,
he did this thing. The other DJ was terrible. Oh, I don't even know how he got in there, bro. I'm like, what the hell is going on, bro? Like,
nice.
It's like he didn't practice at all. He's like, he signed up and made it. And it's just like, I'm gonna wing it today. This is what I'm gonna do.
So, oh, that's today.
Yeah, versus I don't know how they're moving. I ain't gonna front. It's a little, they're doing the sports too, the versus sports, where they show like clips. So like Allen Iverson is picking his top 10 clips versus Tracy McGrady. Like, I don't know if this is gonna work with sports highlights. I don't think it's gonna work the way people think of Allen Iverson crossing over Jordan. It's gonna hit.
Sometimes growth don't work.
Give me back the janky iPhone. I want to see Hit Boy and Boy Wonder talking shit over a janky iPhone.
I want to hear Teddy Riley's Ring doorbell.
Yeah, come on, man. I want mad echo on my verses. I want mad technical difficulties, okay? Nelly's internet's got to crackle. Come on, man. It's not a good versus if the internet ain't snap, crackling, and popping.
Nelly literally used the blame it on the rain excuse.
Yeah, man.
Literally, he went Milli Vanilli, like, oh, it's raining.
Yeah.
Internet don't be working in the rain.
One day, man. So they gotta do something for the producers, man. I'm dying to get some like producer competition content, something. Because people be like, yo, why don't you do reaction videos on YouTube anymore? Music production stuff, it's so far and few between. It's not like it happens all the time. Like entertaining stuff, it's hard to react to stuff like consistently because it's not like a lot of fun stuff to react to unless I'm reacting to tutorials, which is boring as hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, don't nobody want to react to no damn tutorials.
Look how he hit the boost on Fruit. Like, oh, that's great.
Look at how long he held the word beats in his name. That's amazing. Let's play it back.
Did he use the Dave Pensado preset on that S1 imager?
Chris Lord Algae? I don't know. Stay tuned to find out.
Yeah, so that's what it's like. We need more stuff that's like, in the culture, comical, adds the meme culture. But, one day.
Yeah, true. I got a question. How do you all feel about producers staring at your screen while in the studio? Ooh. Have you ever been through that?
Bruh.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about it.
I feel like it's different. I feel like it's different now.
Yeah.
It's not competitive like it was. I don't think.
It's not. And it's less in studio action going on too.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It used to be a thing where like I remember being in the studio and like if you about to walk out the room, people would dim their screen. Yeah. So you can't see what plugins they're using. Like it was like a whole thing where people did not want you to see nothing on the screen. You can't see the contact with VST.
Presets, like, any of that.
Nothing, dog. It's like everybody would be in their own little corner with their screen turned a certain way. Like, you're never see that.
Oh, yeah. Back to the wall, man. Yeah. So I guess it's not a thing anymore, but it used to really be a thing. And I'm not even going to say it's not a thing anymore. Some people, I know 3 people specifically that still do that. At least three people.
I know one of you talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm asking the chat, do you care? And before you be a hero and say, no, I don't care. Each one teach one, and all those things that rhyme and sound good, be honest. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not trying to show y'all every fucking thing I'm doing. Not at all.
That's facts.
I feel like, you know, something is cool, but not everything. Not everything. I ain't just going. You just can't just be out there butt naked, just with all your secrets flying. I don't know. Some people, it just doesn't sound good to say that you would hide something, but I'm like, yo, you don't need to see everything.
You know how like Marvel is like different timelines, so it's like different versions of the characters.
Yeah,
it's somewhere on the timeline. It's a BusyWorks Beats who is like the opposite. It's like he don't share a screen at all.
You don't tell nobody nothing.
Like, no, what sound is that? No.
Nothing.
It's nothing.
Nothing.
Let's see. I still don't want people to know. Hey, I ain't mad. Harry Love said, "The fuck out of here."
Nothing wrong with that, fam.
I ain't mad, bro.
Listen, we come here 2 hours a week and just basically tell every damn thing that we know for 2 hours. If I don't want you to see that one thing on my screen, I feel like I've earned that. I feel like I've earned that. And if you haven't shown anybody anything ever in your life, you still don't want to show your screen. That's your prerogative. Okay, so I guess this turns into a thing too. Over the last couple of years, there have been the don't hide anything. And I agreed to a point, but then people take it to an extreme. And it kind of reversed itself into, I asked you, and it's not me, this is in general, I'm talking in general. I asked you what sample that was, you wouldn't tell me. Why you being a hater or whatever? And I'm like, you kind of rolled it over, you flipped it into something else now.
You're
like, no, that's not what this is. So I don't know. Just some people took it too far.
And I feel like that might be part of the reason why now more people, I mean, because now it's more about sharing. So everybody's like, oh, we're going to use the same sounds. It's a sharing. But back then, right, it was like every man for itself when it comes to your sound. So it's like everybody kind of had their own pockets because it was like nobody would tell you how to get the sound. Unless somebody just really, I remember getting sounds was like the hookup, bro. Like somebody giving you sounds was like, yo, I just looked out for you. Like I just helped you. I remember somebody you remember that Dr. Dre samples that some engineer had took and they was like circulating, bro. Them things was hot on the street, dog. That's like if you got them joints, you was like, that was like love. Like it was like it was certain little pack that would hit the streets with like that, where you be like, bro, these are hard to get, bro. This is not an easy thing. It's not like now where it's like sounds everywhere. Yeah, it's like, but it kind of made it fun though, because it's like you had to team up. Like, I'm gonna get this, and you get this. We gonna split it up.
The value of those sounds was more, because now you like, oh, I just downloaded 16 billion sounds from Splice or 16 billion free this, that, and the third. But back then, like, yo, first of all, these are whose sounds, because the sounds were always attached to a person or a camp. Like they were the official sounds that camp, you off the real disc and all that. And when you heard them, it was no mistake. It wasn't no flim-flam.
It came with a story. Like, look.
right.
The dude got to tell you like, hey, turn that down. Look, I got this story right here, bro. You ain't get this from me. Right. That's when somebody got to give you a disclaimer before you get some sound.
This from me.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Fam, this snare right here. Look, don't tell them where you got this from. Yeah.
That Dr. Dre and the Dilla one, I remember people was like, yo, it was like a whole classified breakdown. Like, yo, bro, like this came from an engineer who took them off the masters off to some joints. Like, yo, you ain't get them for it. It was like a whole story. I was like, all right, bro, you safe with me.
Oh man,
I'm never giving anybody his Dr. Dre sounds.
Facts.
And
I had the reverse.
I don't think I ever used them. I don't even think I used them.
Oh, you don't use most of the sounds either. You just had, dog, those were the NFTs before NFTs. When you had those sounds, you were just like, it's like expensive artwork. You just show it off when people came over. Yo, by the way, a good joke. You know, kick that is. all that good stuff. But I had the opposite. I had some shit that got leaked, and those calls were never fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. When your packs out on the streets.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, niggas running through that joint.
Oh yeah.
So sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
It's tough.
Some people like to be the bearer of bad news. Not like to be, but they were once again, shout out to No ID. Yeah, man. Heard one of your packs came through the studio. Like he would be the guy to tell you all the time. Yeah, they got you, man. They got you.
It's tough.
Yeah, like, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, no, shit is real out here, bro.
Facts. Hold on. I had something else. And I looked at the time. Okay, cool. We got a little bit. We gonna probably cut this one a little short.
Why you look at it for that one? Aspiring rapper arrested after jumping over Diddy's fence to play him a demo.
Bro, first of all, that's a 1998 headline if I ever heard one.
Bro, what the hell are y'all doing out here, man? When has that ever worked?
Jumped over his fence at one of the houses he owns, but he was not anywhere near that house at the time, nor has he been in the last 2.5 years.
That Big Sean video where he was rapping for Kanye in front of the radio station did miracles and terrible things, because I blame it him, because they done gave some of these people hope. No, pull up at my crib, try to do something like that and see what happens.
Yeah, a demo. It's going to be your demolition.
Big facts. Yeah, that's crazy. Don't do that. Please, guys, let's not do that.
Bro, with all the talk about 50 Cent over the last week because of the Super Bowl, it led me to thinking, and this is not a hot take at all, and I'm pretty sure everybody's going to agree. 50 Cent he was the best rapper with a simple flow, if that makes any sense.
Oh, yeah.
Like, his flow was so simple. It's like being Neo in the Matrix and trying to have a fist fight with somebody. Like, you could see the punchline coming 10 minutes before it got there. That's how simple it is. But it always sounded dope. The songs were always good. And I was talking about it with my wife. Get Rich or Die Trying might be one of the first hip-hop albums where chicks knew every word too. Not just the dudes. Chicks knew every word to almost every song on Get Rich or Die Trying. And you could probably learn it all in 48 hours because 50 was just so simple. I don't know. So, yeah, in terms of if you know a rapper with a simple rhyme scheme that was more effective than 50, let me know. Like, he got that title for me. It's a very specific category, but he holds that title.
Yeah, he won't give you no flash. He Tim Duncan of rapping. It's like, yo, I'm fundamentals.
Oh, yes. Early 90s Utah jazz. Very, very basic.
Yeah, ain't no crossover.
No, none. Oh, cross what? No.
Mace had some style though too.
Nah, Mace is a little more. He was more intricate than 50.
Yeah, because Mace had that pocket. Dang, Mace on G-Unit, was that a thing?
Mace did a whole lot of, I don't want to say false announcements because I'm not saying that they were false, but he seemed to be about to sign with a lot of people at one point and did just never sign with anybody.
That was a weird time.
It was. I don't know if I was looking forward to that or not. I remember being in the studio one night and he came in there looking for beats. And this was, of course, after the church time and around that time where he was supposedly signing with this person and coming back out and all that. Was in with Polo, listening to beats, looking for beats. And I was just like, oh, Mason's coming back. He never came back. Probably. And I'm mad because he picked like 2 beats for me and never came back.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Quintino Power says, okay, hold on. First, Black Russia says Cameron.
Cam wasn't simple at all.
Oh, yeah. Computers Putin. That ain't
Chewy Dewey Louie. She's screwing for Jew.
I can't put Cam in. Little B, swag. Come on, man. I can go down the Little B rabbit hole, man. Y'all don't take me there, man.
Not a Little B rabbit hole.
Come on, man. Come on, base guy. Flint Martinez. Well, what up, young Flint? What up?
What up?
Again, if you're not in like one of those Cuban shirts, those Casablanca shirts, smoking a
Bruh,
cigar, I'm gonna be disappointed.
24 hours a day, you have to be smoking an unlit cigar.
Yeah,
with a
you
name
gotta at
like
least
that.
hold it. You know what I mean?
In your mouth. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You gotta talk like that. And you gotta ash it every now and again, even though it's not lit.
Yeah, and then you gotta like talk crazy to somebody, like get him out of here. I run this town.
Right.
You gotta do it once a day, just because your name's Flint Martinez. It just sounds like you're a kingpin of some sort. Not a kingpin. That sounds terrible. I don't want to say that. I want to put that.
I own this place now, and you're fired.
Facts.
Yeah, kingpin. No.
Let's see. Mace was with everybody.
Yeah,
I can see that. Guru Gangstar.
Yeah. Not so much as 50, but
Yeah.
that is he is definitely who said that?
Harry Love.
Oh, I figured that. Yeah, he's definitely in that category. He was super simple, but only thing is women didn't know any Guru lyrics. That's the thing that made 50 stand out from anybody else I can put in that category is everyone knew every lyric to every song. Even the songs you did not like. You still knew all the songs. And not for nothing, 50 Cent with Get Rich or Die Trying alone is hell for anybody in the verses. Oh, yeah. Every song on that album was a single with only 2 or 3 of them actually being singles. Every song was a single off the album. You heard that shit. Every hood, every car, everybody knew every word. Like that was one of the few albums I saw that was just everybody knew every song, and every song got played in every venue all the time.
No, that's real.
Yeah.
Let's see. Flint Martinez says y'all be disappointed.
So we be what?
Because we were saying like I would be disappointed if he ain't got the cigar. He said y'all gonna be disappointed.
Oh damn.
Hey man, you still got time, man.
You're like, I got some baby carrots in the refrigerator.
You got time, man. You know what I mean? Let's see. Do you think Lil B Cooking Dance will come back to TikTok? It could, bro. It's a few people that if they really went in on TikTok, they would go. Soulja Boy, I'm waiting for Soulja Boy to like take over TikTok. I feel like he is like the prototype of TikTok.
He needs to take over something.
Yeah.
He definitely needs to take over something because he seems to be out here and he's always entertaining. He's always hilarious every time you see him, no matter what he's talking about. But he needs his own thing because every time you see him being entertaining, it's on somebody else's platform.
Yeah, I think Lil B. I think he would do good on there. I just think that the younger kids don't know the allure of Lil B. Like it was like a thing. It was like a time. It's like you had to be there. It's one of those moments of just like you just had to be there to understand the Lil B thing because it was so bad that it was good. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie. I know zero.
Yeah, it's terrible. If you hear the songs, you as a producer, you would be in shock and awe. Like when I say it ain't no mix on these songs, it's literally like, yo, I'm just gonna bounce the first take of everything. Woo. But it's something magical about it. I can't cap. It's something about it, man. It's just like it's a little charm to it.
True.
You know what I mean? A little charm to it.
Let's see. Harry Love said LL Cool J. Nope.
He does have a simple flow though.
He's in the category, but once again, and he's ladies love Cool J. That's true. However, no. Let's take LL's best album or whatever it would be. There's no LL album where women know the majority of the lyrics, like Get Rich or Die Trying. And even for the time of when it was out, there's no LL album that was played. I'm lying. There's an LL album that was played in every venue all the time. That was 14 Shots to the Dome. But every other LL album, no, not like Get Rich or Die Trying.
I'm trying to think what's like a new rapper that follows that same, where it's like their flow is very simple.
I'm trying to think of one myself.
I was gonna say like more of the Memphis kind of rappers because I feel like they're more like straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Like
Dolph, yeah,
like Dolph is very like I'm here. You know what I mean? He ain't do too much like cadency kind of stuff, but I mean, he found a pocket and it was just like kill it. You know? True.
That's actually good. You brought up a whole region full of people like that.
Yeah. Quintino said Yo Gotti. Yeah, I can see that. It's your boy, Yo Gotti.
Harry Love said, what is this week's beats challenge to ourselves? Okay, I got one. This week's beat challenge, and this is something I've been doing all week. I'll listen to like a favorite song of mine or a favorite genre, usually a favorite song like an R&B song or whatever, and I'll pick a patch or a preset in that song and try to recreate it from scratch. Mm. I encourage you to do that. I made a lead this morning based off of a Brandy lead. I was listening to some 90s R&B and I made the lead and I actually put it in the new cassette instruments that's coming out, and it's named Flute de Moesha. So you'll know when you hear it.
E-to
Facts. But yeah, that's the challenge right there. Try to find a patch. Make it like a lead. I did a lead. That's super simple. You can start with a sine wave and kind of finesse it from there, but like start with a patch or something, or even a beat, and just try to recreate it as close as possible. And that will keep your sound design skill sharp, and it'll keep your production skill sharp at the same time. And it's one of them challenges you don't even know you're doing a challenge. You'll get lost in it. In the first 10 minutes, you'll get so lost in it and having fun, you'll keep doing it.
Because it's like a puzzle. Because once you understand like the key parts of like, oh, this is the basics, this is how I shape around, you'll start getting it. Oh, okay. OG Bobby Johnson says, question, working on a song for my EP, but I feel like the artist is dragging their feet to finish it. What would y'all suggest? Ooh. Real life.
Either A, get a new artist, or B, move on without the song, if that's a possibility. The thing is, after a certain, people only have so much power up to a certain point, and it depends on the person. And it sounds like this person has exhausted the extent of what you're willing to do for them past this point. So I say move on without the song, or give that artist a short window of time to complete the task, or an ultimatum, for lack of a better word. Maybe, I don't know, by Thursday I need to join, or by Friday I need to join, or it's not happening. I just like get to the point, because at this point you're probably not going to get it. So the most you could do is get aggressive to maybe hope to get something by that point. But either way, I wouldn't work with that person again, because you kind of know what you went for.
Yeah, it's tricky, bro, because I mean, it happens a lot of times what I'll do is like, say somebody's working on a song for something I'm doing, like while like we're swapping out, like, so you give me the verse, and I'll do a beat for you, right? In that case, it's like, well, I can't give you your part until I get this part. You know what I'm saying? At least you got some kind of leverage. But it's tricky, dog. If they're playing around, though, I would try to go elsewhere, or just DJ Khaled and just like you said, it's kind of be aggressive. Like DJ Khaled talk about how he blow people phone up. He's like flying to them. He doing whatever you got to do to get that verse. I mean, you ain't got to do that, because depending on who the person is, but do what you got to do, man. But don't waste too much time.
Don't go hopping Diddy fence or nothing like that.
Don't
but
do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, do what you got to do. Within anything short of fence hopping, do what you got to do.
But I will say, giving people deadlines and like small acts and like how you act stuff is like a whole thing that I've been trying to study, of like how to, like we both like have employees and stuff. So it's like I'm trying to get better with my communication and how I tell people and delegate stuff. And I'm definitely learning like how you tell people like the deadlines and the approach that you take about it. It makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? So not saying that you had a bad approach, but just, be mindful of that in the future too. Like make sure people know what your time frame is, so they already know that you ain't, if you come in like I ain't playing, like I'm trying to get this done.
They're not gonna be playing.
Yeah. But if you give them that leeway, I feel like people sometimes will take it and run with it.
Yeah, just like, I need this by X amount of date, and you always got to give the or, and it don't have to be like nothing catastrophic, or else I'm gonna come find nothing like that. But like, or I'm just gonna have to release this without you. A lot of times, FOMO, or just the fact of you telling somebody like, "Yo, I'm disappointed with how you handled this," is enough to make them spring into action.
Does.
So yeah, I would take that approach.
We got Discord. So Discord, yeah, it's my fault. Well, I got it fixed, but the person fixing it is in the middle of moving, so he kind of it's not around right now. So that it's my, I'll take blame because I'm spearheading it, so I'll take blame for that.
That's all right, Black Rush. We got you. We got you.
Yeah. He said, been trying to link up with folks on here, but they've been flaky. Man, who been flaky? Call them out.
Man,
No, let me stop.
listen, no tender flaky crust.
Crispy, crunchy, tender, flaky crust.
Oh,
Dance Like Butter says, if you really want to work with that artist, you'll wait. If not, tell them I've decided to move forward, move the beat to someone else. It really depends on what you're trying to do or accomplish.
there you go.
I like that.
Move on. Yeah, move on. Also, shout out to Dance Like Butter. He's been very instrumental in the beta testing team. It's been over a week now. He's on his second week. I'm about to send you the 97% complete version tonight, brother. Yeah. Yeah, thank y'all for the advice. Hey, man, no problem. That is what we are here for.
Come on, dog.
Man, we gotta start bringing people on this show, like people from the audience, of course, guests, but like people from the from the chat.
Oh, I found some. I've been doing some research about some streaming stuff. I found some actually cool stuff, some new stuff we should try. I feel like it will actually improve a lot of the situation. So I just gotta sit down and mess with it. That's just been the biggest thing.
I'm all about situation improvements, dog. Let's see. Do we have anything else? Send it. I got you. Okay. That sound like I just caught the end of a positive conversation.
Rango and DJ Payne one. Oh, that would be a good guess.
Yeah, for sure.
I was watching some of his TikToks with it yesterday.
He's far.
Yeah, I don't know him personally, but always like a giving the good advice. You know what I mean? So I always appreciate those kind of people.
100%. 100. Hey, bro. So I have a challenge to myself this week. I encourage you to participate, or anybody to participate. I'm gonna do at least damn, why I say this? At least 2 or 3 reels this week. And that doesn't sound like much.
What is this week? Well, give me the time constraint.
Between now and this time next week.
Okay. I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Because I did that promo reel last week for that acapella or AI company. And it was kind of fun. And now that reels are, I feel like we're missing the boat a little bit. Not because we're not doing them, but the fact that you can get them off in such a janky way. That's really the appeal to me. Like, here's the thing. It used to be a time where your shit had to be kind of pristine and cut up and nice and glossy. And now you can literally just do whatever. So, I just feel like it's a good challenge. Good challenge to do.
Yeah, man. I need that challenge. So yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
Yeah, I think I'm not rebranded. I think I'm gonna lean into the Ableton lane and not become the Ableton guy because Ableton guys out there. But I think I'm gonna really lean into my Abletonness. So I think my reels is gonna be
Oracle Decap versus the Ableton guy. No, Ableton guy versus. Let's go.
Hey, but yeah. So I think just like slept on Ableton shit because there's a whole bunch of shit in Ableton that people just sleep on or don't know. Yep. And I'm trying to make more products for Ableton people. So it's time for me to reach out and start blending my voice to my Ableton gang.
Bet.
Yep. Facts. All right. So here's the last chance. You got about 2 minutes to ask some questions.
Prentice says no ID interview.
I could ask him.
Danger interview.
I could ask him.
I would. Both of those would be amazing.
Facts.
Those are my wish interviews for the squad. Those are very achievable ones. Those
yeah, actually, both of those are pretty achievable. Hey,
who's some other people? Yeah, put them in there. The last couple minutes while we on, let us know.
Yeah, Dance Like Butter says Ableton Machine Gang. Hey, there it is. I'm a fan of both. One more than the other, but Ableton Dove of the year.
I'm like, give me 55th Street. I've been dying to do that all day. You know who?
What? No.
You don't know what Crip Mac? Oh, I gotta introduce you to Crip Mac.
Yeah, you do.
He's like a wholesome Crip who has like a 55. He's a 5'5" Crip, and he's got like face tattoos. But he's like a for real gangster, but he's also kind of wholesome. You know what I mean? It's very interesting. It's very interesting. You know,
the gangsters with the extra personality always interesting. Do you remember Spirit of Truth?
No.
You've seen clips of him. Dude had like, I don't know, there's cornrows. He was kind of balding, and he was like a preacher, like on a
I know
like a TV type of preacher, but he was like crip walking and all that.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Dog, he was going viral back in 2005. That's 2005, 2006. That's when Spirit of Truth was like going viral. But he's like a gangster with some extra added personality. Those are some of my favorite people in the world.
Keep it 50 straight. Let's see. Timbo interview. That would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like if we interview Tim, we're gonna have to go into his little metaverse green screen. You know what I mean? Where we just floating and we're gonna be like some car or something. He's like, so Tim.
I know this car isn't real, but can you slow down a little bit, please?
Can we stop at the metaverse 7-Eleven real quick? I'm trying to get some chips. You know
That's
what I mean?
a fact. That is a fact.
Who else we got? Oh, do you have any news on the Producer Power Summit?
No.
I ain't thought about it. I ain't thought about it. I ain't go cap just because
the world is torn.
Yeah, it's crazy
between people that's moving and people that ain't moving.
Yeah, and it's like every time we try, it's like that's when it starts getting crazy again. So it's like, you know, because we got to put up money for it too. It's not like we could just like do it. So it's like we got to put up the money, sell the tickets. So it's I don't know. I want to bad, but I'm also a little cautious.
I'm pressed
because I don't want to be like last time where we got to refund mad tickets and stuff, and that was so depressing.
It was. No, we had to refund like immediately.
Yeah, no, we had just started selling the tickets. It was
like the first or second day we started selling tickets. That's when the pandemic happened.
Bro, we had to deposit on the place. There's all kinds of stuff going on, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. February of 2020 or March of 2020 kind of burned us.
Yeah.
We had to be cautious when it comes to this thing here. Somebody said Kanye West interview. Whoa.
Yeah, hey, if you know him, tell him.
He's a little busy right now.
Yeah, I don't got the Kanye plug like that. Urko.
Right. Hit Urko up. Urko like, I ain't talked to him since Donda came out.
Right. He's like, not me. Let's see, Dot's interview. That would be great. Dots would be great.
Yep. VA.
Joel Osteen and
no.
Pharrell or Timbo interview. Hey, I would love either one. That would be great.
Hell yeah. Quinta don't say, damn, that's true, bro. I fight COVID for that summit. OG Bobby Johnson, you're a real one for that one. I would too. I would box COVID down.
Yeah, we'll see though. We'll see how it go.
Yeah.
But nothing right now. I ain't even gonna front. Shoot. I think that's it, bro. What you got going on this week?
Well, you already know. I gotta make my runs this weekend for that project.
Oh.
That's still happening too. But I finally finished the actual cassette instruments joint. And I'm sorry, y'all, it turned into a thing. It was gonna be a one-shot kit, then it turned into an Ableton thing, and now it's kind of consuming my life. But I'm gonna be working on that this weekend. That's pretty much it. Just being a creative. I'm embracing my creativity this week. I've been sleeping in my studio. Shout out to my wife. She's the best. I've been sleeping in my studio for like 2 weeks, bro. Like naps. I've been sleeping for 2 hours at a time, twice a day, or something like that for like 2 weeks, just being creative. So more of that this weekend. Power to the creatives. What you got jumping on?
Man, trying to get back in the the vibe. Just been promoting more bounce percussion loops, been dealing with that. I got some other stuff. Got a couple new packs I've been working on. They're done. They've been done, actually. I just got to do all the marketing stuff. So just been trying to figure that out. Yeah, that's it, man. I'm just chilling. I'm gonna try to be creative this weekend. I'm gonna make some posts, like you said. I'm gonna try to make my 3, get them out the way. You know what I mean?
There it is. Hey, when you see our reels, like them.
Hey, throw a comment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And man, everybody that pulled up today, we appreciate y'all for sure,
sir.
Man. Y'all, there's a couple of y'all in here today. We really appreciate y'all, and we get them air horns going on for y'all. Much love, much love. And if that's all, like we always say, it's been another episode